Hello there, fellow summoners. Mad Dog HT here. We got the last boss in this month's event quest for Spidey Ham, and it is Spidey Ham himself. And this guy was a little bit annoying for me. So the first one I went in, and I just figured, he's got dizzy, so I know he can evade, and I didn't really look into like how we can evade. But if they fail to evade, and they have True Strike or True Accuracy, then they can gain a 30% bar of power. They got Spectre, Feat of Indestructible, which can be a little bit annoying when you get a bar of power. He goes indestructible. You can't do any damage. You gotta wait that out unless you nullify that or whatnot. But so first up, I go in with Archangel, and I'm thinking this guy I should just be able to parry heavy. Generally speaking, I think all of the hits with max limber, or not max limber, like max parry and stupefy, that all the hits except that very last one are under the stun, so he can't evade that. And so I just figured, just parry heavy this guy and let the neurotoxins do a ton of work. And it's going pretty well. His L1 is very easy to evade, and I know that like he's got those 10 Spidey Ham charges up there. I think that's like where he can do his max evade, and I think they just keep on cycling up to 10, and then so he's got that Spidey sense. So I'd have to look into all of his abilities. I didn't really do much of that. And it kind of showed because I died a few times. Granted, I just messed up, but I know that he has a higher chance to evade. But with the neurotoxins with AA, he can turn off the ability accuracy. So I won't have to worry about that as much. And so I'm just kind of trying to get this guy to throw a special one. I did see from like MCOC journal, he puts out videos out each month, like early with the specials, and this guy does have a special too with a bunch of projectiles, and I didn't really try to evade any of that, just block everything, and the block damage can be pretty significant, it looks like. So I'm just trying to stick to L1s to make it easy. But for one thing, I really think that this Spidey Ham is pretty cool character. He's got some cool animations. I like the special 3 animation that is kind of unique for him. And basically, when you throw a special 3, he gets smashed with the anvil, and then if he does it, then you get smashed with the anvil. So we're just kind of letting this guy melt away with the neurotoxins. And I'm trying to get him to throw a special one, and he's just not having it. And I probably should have just pushed him. I mean, I have plenty of health. And then I start dancing around, and I think I get smacked here right at the end. Get him with the heavy. I'm pretty certain I died here. I didn't solo, if I remember right. I did this on the first night. This goes Feats of Indestructible. Oh yeah, right there. So he evaded on that last part, and then I got cornered and I missed the evade on that heavy hammer. So I think I go back in with Fury, or probably not Molten. I think it was Fury. And just kind of tap him over. But yeah, I really like the animations. I really like his design. He looks really cool. He looks different, a lot more cartoonish. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I wish I could pull him. I mean, I guess they gave us the 2-star. I'll have to check him out. I haven't used that 2-star yet. But there you go. He goes down, get the nice rewards. And then normally I do like all of the the Cavalier, like on like the first day. But with so much content this month with the side quest and the celebrity challenge, and then Act 7 opening up, I held off on finishing this until the next EQ completion came around. And I didn't get that unit offer. It does look pretty enticing. A decent amount of 5-star and 6-star shards, a ton of items. But I knew that there was going to be X6 compensation, and I've already posted my thoughts on that just recently. But I just figured with that potentially coming down the line that I didn't need the items, so I skipped out on it. Although like the shards and everything, it seems like a pretty good offer, especially with all the boosts. So here I'm looking at the Spider Ham again, and I go in with Omega. And pretty much I'm just gonna try to slow play him. I don't run suicides, and I run Omega a lot for AQ. Even without suicides, I do think he is quite an awesome champion. And I kind of just do a little slow play where I time my heavy launches to just kind of keep in the 10 spore count locked down, and normally that's like enough to kill an AQ champ after like 2, 3 cycles maybe. But this guy's got more health, and so we're just trying to slowly take this guy down. Yeah, it's working well, and it's ideal if you can parry, throw a heavy, and then go into an L2. I should have gone into an L2 there. His Spider Ham charges were down. It should have been pretty easy to land that. So right there he had 10. I think it's like a 30 to 40% somewhere in there chance to evade. And then man, that disorient that he puts on you, whew, it just hammered me, literally. Your block proficiency goes away, and aren't able to parry, all that kind of stuff. So definitely got me there. Sunspot is nice because he's got that perfect block when he has Incinerate up when you parry. So you can kind of slowly just kind of put a couple Incinerates on him, parry, and take no damage. Except right there I get smacked really good. Spider Ham's animations, he's just like a little tiny guy, but man, he like flies and jumps around. He's got some pretty quick movements, and definitely can catch you off guard. And yeah, so we're trying to take him down with Sunspot, and I can't remember if I do take him down or not. Right now he's not wanting to throw a special 2. I know he like throws a bunch of like pies and whatnot on you. And now I'm gonna get cornered. I'm like, all right, just throw your special. He's not having it, and I think I might get L3'd, because I think that he doesn't ever throw. Nope, here comes the special 2. Bunch of pies. I'll have to figure out the dex timing on that at some point. Hit him with the big L2. Sunspot specials, man, they just hit so hard. Really enjoy using Sunspot. He is really a beast. And then here we're gonna get back to special 1, give him the indestructible. So kind of trying to wait that out as much as possible. Put 1 incinerate on him so I can get a perfect block on the parry. I don't have too many charges left either. Now we got to L2, and here you get those little porker stings, whatever they're called, and trying to wait that out so that I can throw a special 2 in his face and kill him. It goes out, and boom, light it off, and he's dead. So I got a little tag team there with Omega and Sunspot. But yeah, the Spider Ham, he's pretty hefty. He can hit pretty hard, and the evade is definitely annoying. Next up, who do I use on this team? I think I go in with Cap, I believe. The science line on this whole quest was super easy. Void just made it look like a joke. Yeah, go with Cap. Excuse me. And my plan here is just to parry heavy, build up those kinetic charges, get some big damage off, and everything was going pretty well. And I was watching to make sure that I didn't have any of the power stings that he puts on you before I launched this special. And I don't really understand. I didn't look into how and when they get applied. But I do have a skill champion on my team, so I have a chance to shrug off a debuff when I have a kinetic charge. And so there we have a Porker Popper sting right there. And I think I'm just going to try to wait this out to where I can launch off a big L2. And you're going to see, I think, right here. So I'm going to parry, charge, heavy, boom, get a decent L2 off. The damage wasn't that great, but it was okay. This is only a rank 4 cap. There's so many science champs that I would love to rank 5, but then I have so many that I just gotta save the resources for the 6 stars at the moment. I would love to have this cap as a rank 5 though. He'd be super sweet. So here I'm letting I think it's this one or it might be the next one. I let the power sting go off. I light a heavy, hit him, and we're good. I think it's the next one. I get back, and right when I do a mid-heavy L2, the first hit of that heavy applies that Porker Popper sting, and then I just get lit up. One sting, all your health gone in an instant. I'm pretty certain it's this next one. Maybe it's the one after, but you can see like I'm at full health. You do get some of those debuffs from him where you can gain a little bit of health. Cap does have that perfect block on parry, so here I'm just trying to build up the kinetic charges and then light it up, and right there I get one sting and just dead. Just dead. So I don't know, that was unfortunate timing. I need to look into seeing how and when those stings get applied, but I thought I'd be safe. Obviously I was not. So here we're gonna go in, I think I just go in with pre-fight torch and melt him. I think I cleared him without a problem. Give him a little bit of his own taste of his own medicine with those power stings. Kind of just doing shorter combos, medium light, to apply 2 stings. Don't have to worry about the potential evade if I was kind of slow on the last medium, on a medium light medium combo. And then I'm hoping that this guy will throw a special with these stings up to give me some extra damage. And yeah, so far he's being pretty stubborn with throwing a special. And I don't know, sometimes I don't know if it's like the way I am fighting and like my style and whatnot, but it's just sometimes I feel like whatever I'm doing, the AI is just like, you know what, you're gonna do that, I'm not gonna throw my special. And it gets a little bit frustrating. So here he throws, I'm just parrying, blocking that stuff. Did do for quite a bit of damage. And yeah, we're just gonna try to get, excuse me, got some yawns, as many power stings off on this guy as possible to melt him, to sting him, and to bring him down. I'll let this play out. I do believe I finished this off without any problems, and get the assist with Human Torch. Alright, so next up we have Spider Ham against, I think I went in with Luke Cage, thinking that, Luke Cage, he's got some decent damage, he's got some stuns and stuff going on. I should be able to take care of this guy. And I think I can't remember if I get Power Stung again, or if I just get hit and I lose my indestructible and I get hit again. But first we go in, I just apply some of the pre-fights just because I had them there available on the team. I do have the Mr. Fantastic and Sentry synergy going on, which basically for every debuff that you put on the opponent, you apply a Power Sting, and it caps at 3. So right now he's got 3 Power Stings, and so the Mr. Fantastic's pre-fights are just going to help ensure, as long as I knock him down, which I'm just going to knock him down with heavies, that I can get some Power Stings. And he hasn't thrown a special yet. And let's see. Yeah, the damage was not all that significant. And it's kind of interesting that on the refresh of those debuffs, it does not apply to the synergy Power Sting. But I'm like, man, this was less damage than I was expecting. I thought it'd be a little bit more. I don't have any exhaustions or anything going on for him because I'm not doing like full combos. And there, so there again, I thought I didn't have a Power Sting on, or I wasn't paying attention, and I threw a special, and it just totally took away like all my health. And I'm like, well, there's pretty much no way, I don't think I can finish this out. So I'm trying to switch my strategy in just a minute to where I'm going to be hitting into his block, trying to push him and bait him to a special, and then just watch out for those evades, because otherwise I can't keep parrying and doing heavy knockdowns to refresh those debuffs. Probably should have thrown a special 3 right there, because I didn't have any porker poppers there. I hit into his block and he evaded, and then I get all those debuffs. And so like that disorient, man, it's pretty brutal. You pretty much can't block anything. I have those debuffs from Mr. Fantastic, they fall off. I have the Power Sting, and I am getting a 40 tick heal from it, but it is just not enough. And then you get the what is that? It's like a taunt as well. And I think when both of them are on, it's even less because of the so here I got the taunt, the porker popper, and the disorient, and I'm losing health because of the scepter node on this. And with that coming up, got rid of that, away from that evade. But that scepter killed me at the end. So not a great showing. And I think I go back in. I think I try to do a Quake. I think I go in with like a full team effort here, because I'm like, I should practice this guy with Quake since he's an evading champ. She should be able to Quake him, and it'd be good practice. And you can just see right there, right at the beginning, I just suck and get hit, and I don't even last too much longer. Again, this Spider Ham, I really do enjoy his animations. They're really fun looking. Him just like bouncing around, being a little crazy cartoon character he is. But yeah, you can Quake him, but for me, not so much. So I die, and then I think I go and apply the rest of the debuffs, because I think I had all 5 of them for Mr. Fantastic. Used 3 on Luke Cage, and I'm going to use 2 right here and go with Void. And I think I even die here with Void, and then I finish up with Sentry. So this was like team effort. frustration fight. I think that my issue here was I was trying to do a parry medium, not medium, parry heavy to refresh those debuffs, and when he gets those evades up, the heavy, the third part of the heavy is not under the stun, and he can evade that part of it, and I get smacked from that. I think that's going to come up here fairly shortly. But the debuff dot damage is pretty nice when you throw on those Mr. Fantastic buffs, but you do have to continue to knock them down, and that's what my issue here was. I was trying to knock him down to keep those active, and he finally like evades a heavy. I think it's gonna be like right here. Yeah, and bam! That one didn't hit so bad, but trying to dance around a little bit, but all of the debuffs from Mr. Fantastic fall off. I get into Fear of the Void. I'm like, alright, I can still do this, right? And I think I end up just getting cornered, and I just get hit. Yeah, right there. Tons of damage. That disorient, man. You take a ton of block damage. You can't parry, you can't do anything, and then I just go in and finish him off here with Sentry. So I'll just let this play out and we'll get into the next fight. Alright, so we're going back in for another round of this Spider Ham. And this time I'm just going to go in Nick Fury, and if you have 5 tactical charges, he can't evade. I believe that doesn't count towards the node where, because you have to have a true strike or true accuracy buff up, and then he'll gain the bar power. So here I'm just trying to do, well, I didn't intend on losing that much health so fast, but that's okay. I'll get the LMD gone, I'll get the Fury, and my damage will be ramped up, which is okay. But there's just not a lot of window of error on this guy because he just does hit so hard. But I am going to get the solo on this guy, and I'm just going to try to do 4 and end my combos with lights. Do 4 light attacks. Watch out for the evades. I think I'm going to end up getting rid of the Nick Fury LMD just because of the Spectre right there. Okay, so now I cannot get hit, or I'm gonna just be totally dead. Get the L1 off. Now I have 8 charges. He cannot evade, which is super sweet. And now I can just go full combo on him and get those big bleeds. Look at that. That's a 3,200 bleed, which is really, really nice. And I just want to keep him throwing those L1s because they're easy to get away from. And yeah, we're just going to bleed this little piggy out and get the solo. Nothing too hard once you get your charges up. I think I'm going to get one more L1 off to get to 16 tactical charges, and then I'm fully unblockable. And then basically, as long as he's being cooperative and throwing his specials, which right now he is not, then you're pretty much free and clear to just go ham on this guy, pun intended. And that bleed damage is just really nice right now. He can't evade, which is super sweet. And Nick Fury just makes a total bloody mess of this guy. And we get the solo. Here's the L3 again with me hitting him with it. And I'll let this play out and I'll see you in the next fight. Alright, so we got that solo with the Nick Fury, and we're going to go back in thinking Venom. Venom should be great for this fight because Spider Ham is a Spideyverse. Yeah, right there, Spideyverse hero champion, which means with that black Clintar buff up and active, and it won't be able to go away with Spider Ham's abilities, Venom can totally bypass all the evades. And so basically, as long as this guy will be cooperative and throw his specials, should be able to clear out this fight without any problems. Should be. But I think like midway through on this one, I think I got distracted and I just like eat a special or something. I can't remember, but I do die. I don't think it's from like power stings or anything. I think I just wasn't really paying attention in the fight and got hit and I died. And then I go back in, trying to think who I used to finish this fight off. But you know, when those indestructibles are up, I think there's a couple times where I'm going to throw an L1 and nullify it and get some heal, which is kind of nice, but you just got to make sure you don't have those porker popper stings on you, otherwise you will definitely die, and you will die quickly and instantaneously. Yeah, I'll play this out till right before I get killed. Alright, so we've been doing really well, and then just like right here, I just go in, totally drop my block and everything, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna die. And those, with the Spectre on this node, I'm losing health right now, and I'm only at 2-3%, and I'm not able to salvage this at all. And I guess I got him like 2/3 of the way. Got that taunt on me. I'm getting 44 health heal on it, but it's just not going to be enough. There is a Porker Popper. He is not throwing. There we go. We get it off. Now we have 2 buffs on, but my heal is only 20. Now it's back up to 44 with 1. So like the more debuffs that I have on me, the Spectre node is hurting me. Throw off an L3, and I'm gonna die here. I don't clear it. It is pretty close, but I think I end up getting too many debuffs on me, and I die towards the end. We're now look at that 12% to 12%. He's indestructible. I don't think I soloed him, and I just died right at the very end. So I got hit in the face, and died at the end again, and I go in with Daredevil and tap him over. I'm pretty sure I do with him. Later on, I do think I try to take this guy out with Daredevil, and I think it's actually the next fight, because he can put on the disorient himself and do some decent damage. I really haven't played much with him since I got him from the featured crystal on the Cyber Weekend. I really have no idea how all of his abilities work or how they get applied and whatever, but he does finish him off, and so I'm like, oh, let me try to use him on this next run, and you can see that it doesn't work very well. I think I just like died like almost right out the gate, I think. And I'm trying to think who I used to finish him off. Or do I use Stealth Spidey here? No, I go on with, I think I finish him off with Stealth Spidey, but this Daredevil attempt right here, I think I literally like die pretty much right out the gate. Just totally fail. Coming up very shortly. The anticipation is killing me. I think he evades me once he gets enough of those porker pig evade things going on, and smacks me good and kills me. Coming up right here, maybe? Not yet. I think I'm going to counter this. And no, not. Oh, that was it. I didn't have the Parker Popper up, and so I figured I had a clearing for the special, and then it got applied right after I did my first hit, and basically killed the whole run there because I only had 3% left. So that was unfortunate. Here I think I go in, so I'm going to go in with Stealth. I apply the web foam, and Stealth does an amazing job. If you can keep that web foam up, he can't evade. And if you can get the precision and the fury activated, then the damage output is fantastic. I'm not the biggest stealth user or fan, but his damage output is good. I wish I had him awakened so I could get an even better fury. But yeah, I'll let this play out. I end up smoking this guy pretty good. Yeah, so we're finishing this up. You know, the damage output is very good. If it was like the tranquilizer one, he would have been dead a long time ago, but had to put on that web foam to get the anti-evade, and it worked fantastic. And Spider Ham goes down by Stealth Spidey. So that was a pretty decent fight. Not technically a solo, but pretty much close enough. And then we have, I think, the very last, oh, that was the very last one. So that's all my Spider Ham footage. Thanks for watching, fellas. Look at those rewards. Very, very nice. And I'll see you guys in the next one.